My name is Kevin Elisa. I'm 21. I'm currently a senior at Adelphi. I'm a business management major. I was originally born in Africa, but I came over to the US when I was 3, and I lived in Arizona for a while, for about 10, 12 years, I believe, and then I moved here in 2012. I originally wanted to stay close to home, and something about Adelphi always attracted me here. I don't know what it was, but I really wanted to come here, and it gave me the advantage of staying close to home, and I could be near my family and my parents. I would say there's definitely a lack of diversity in some instances, like with fraternities and sororities. A lot of the black fraternities or sororities you hear about aren't really on campus. So I would say there's a lack there. There's a lack on some sports teams, I would say. But I would say as far as African representation, we have some clubs on campus that do help. But I don't know how much Adelphi really knows about me or my background or where I come from or my culture or my people and how well they represent that. Currently on the track team, so I see a lot of ethnic groups on my track team. See a lot of people of color on the basketball team, but on some of the higher sports, soccer, lacrosse, I don't really see as many people of color on there. I know on the soccer team you have a mix, so it's a little better there, but as far as like the top teams or the teams that are most represented, you don't really see people of color on the vast majority of teams.
Hi, my name is Anna Rodriguez. I am 21 years old. I'm a communications major with a media studies concentration, and I have a minor in Spanish for the translation certificate program. I'm from Guatemala. Surprisingly, this semester things have changed, but I know that when I first moved here, I didn't really feel represented or included. Like, most students around me were white, and if they were from a minority group like black, brown, whatever it may be, they weren't really like me. Like, I'm not from the US, and most of the people that I hang out with, they're all from the US. Honestly, personally for me, it hasn't really been that good. I remember when I first moved here, I noticed the flags that they had in the UC before they remodeled it, and they don't have my flag. I emailed International Services if they could put my flag up. Even though I'm here as an American student because of my dual citizenship, I'm still Guatemalan, so I wanted them to put up my flag, and they said there was no space, but there was clearly more space. And then the UC was renovated. They don't put all the flags up in the little display thingy that they have, but I know that from the beginning I said, okay, so I know that I'm not recognized as an international, which legally speaking and financially speaking does benefit me, but culturally and in the long run, I still feel like, hey, no, like, listen to me, I am Guatemalan, I'm a Latina, and I just want to be recognized that way. So I love soccer. I play soccer, and it's funny because we actually talk about this with my friends a lot because we've been watching the soccer matches, especially the men's, and people you see on the field, they're all white. And sure, there are international students. You have the Italian players, the Argentinian players, and I think there's a guy from Ukraine, and so there is diversity, but when you look at the bench, there's a couple black guys there and you never see them play. Or even the lacrosse team, there's this one guy who's trying out to be on the team, but if you look at the current team, there's no black guy, Latino, you don't really see that. So I don't know what goes into play with that, but I can see that Adelphi is currently working towards including more people. Do they address it? Yes, they've been addressing the issue for a while, especially more because of what happened last year with the protest with Black Lives Matter. They were addressing that, especially with that Instagram account, Black at AU. They were calling out Adelphi and a lot of things. Are they sincere? I think that there are people who work for Adelphi, like the people in equity, diversity, whatever that department, diversity, equity, and inclusion, the ones who work there, you can tell that they care. But when you talk about, for example, the president, she always sends scripted videos or emails that weren't even written by her, so it's hard to believe that she's being sincere. Thus, is the entire university sincere? I'm not sure.
Do you feel like there's any way we can improve diversity on campus? Like, is there like a solution?
For sure, yeah. We can definitely improve, and I think Adelphi is already doing that by making there's an equity team, I forget the name, but they're making different teams where students are invited to get involved as a leader and to speak out on their problems. they're also hiring new people who are representing minority groups. And yeah, they're working hard, they're doing it. I acknowledge that, and I actually feel happy, especially this year. I noticed there were way more students that were Black, Latino, and that made me feel super happy, even safer, you know, especially in Garden City where everyone's white in Garden City.